do for me, and I'll give you time for that. Now, let us quickly go to what I call self-awareness. How much do you know about yourself? Some people, they try to hide much of themselves, so much that they are worried about what other people will feel when they truly know them. Look at the first exercise we will do, then you understand better. Now, I want you to take this down in a vertical stroke. Write 1. In front of 1, write strongly agree. Write 1. In front of 1, write that strongly agree. Under it, write 2. Agree. Under it, write 3. Neutral. Under it, write 4. Disagree. I am aware of my strengths and weakness. Do you strongly agree? You will put 1. So take a subheading and write questions. Write questions. Then under question write QST, that is question 1. Under question write QST1. And it goes thus. I am aware of my strengths and weakness. So in front of QST1, what do you want to write? Is it strongly agree, or you agree, or you are neutral, or you disagree, or you strongly disagree? Answer it by yourself. What do you call yourself? And you know what leadership is. Ability to be able to influence what? Other people to achieve a common goal. Applying emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is simply looking at the feelings. You must know that people have feelings. Other human beings are not good. You can be tough on people, but always know that everybody is human. They have their own problem. You can have genuine reasons for doing certain things. And so you must connect with everybody's feeling. But it's not as if people should use feeling to take you also for granted. I get the point now. You must know how to define the line. Like I always say, you have to discipline who you must discipline. But you must explore all avenues. Because discipline in management is not something you say, you are suspended. And for 1 month, after 2 weeks, you are not suspended again. That's not discipline. He must be thorough. He must be beyond any reasonable doubt. Sending interpersonal messages, that's communication. You get the point now? I have somebody like that too in the office. Our voice is always, in fact, it can be annoying. But you need to just calm down. Because we cannot all be the same. I have now found the best way to communicate with her. Usually I send mails. I will not copy her boss. That's what I do to her. Immediately I get into the head office because my own office is separate. You say, Mr. Antimi, I've seen the mail, thank you. The boss has seen it. Because they go, those set of people, they go into self-denial. No, you didn't tell me. When they make mistake, they're not able to say, I'm sorry, we forgot to. They will just say, we never saw it. You didn't tell us. You understand? So you do a mail and you copy their boss. They can never tell you they didn't see it. If they didn't see it, then it becomes another bigger problem. But stay in your mail. That is what? No competence. All you are saying that you are not competent enough. I sent a mail 3 days ago, so you didn't see it. That's competence issue for you. Do you understand? Everybody has an outlook. Just like some people, they will have sacked them, they don't know. It's in the outlook. Listening and reading non-words, verbal messages. You know, the body language. I used to have one girlfriend, she was Calabar. Each time we go to business center, there was no GSM there. He will tell me, wait to me, look at what that guy is doing to me. I will look at it and say, oh, wow. I say, what does that mean now? I say, you are a fool, don't you know? Then you will tell me, what exactly does it mean? They are gestures. When people talk to you, or when you see forensic expert who does it more, or when you see psychologists, they look more at body language, or what you call visual cord. It is easy to tell when you are lying. Let me tell you one funny secret now. There are some funny signs. That is the elementary unscientific surface. Usually when people tell a lie, when they tell a lie, they are likely to quickly scratch the middle of their head. They do some kind of gestures and manner. When they tell a lie, and you can grab them so closely in their hand go cold. And when they tell a lie, you don't miss this one. Their visual cord, you see this black, this on the eye, it goes to the right corner immediately. You know, there are core experts in these things, but at the level of sales, they just try to study the physical sign. And this guy does not mean what he is saying. His face does not match. It can be as simple as anybody can do it. When you are talking to somebody, they say, so, are you going to come? Let's have dinner. I will come. That's a straight attitude. Likely this person may not come. The straight attitude. You know? And that is why you discover when you go people, they are so advanced that when they want to read you, they plug certain things into your hand, put it here, and they start reading it on the what do you call something-ography or something. They start reading it. But some people are so smart, they will beat that thing. They control their emotion. They are reading something. Because certain things will react. Providing feedback. A lot of us, you that you are a manager, do you like providing negative feedback or positive? A lot of managers likes positive feedback. Both are very, very important. Even those of you who are in other leadership positions, see, you might just be an executive officer. They've not made you supervisor or anything. But you will discover that amongst your colleagues that you are in the same level, they have preference for somebody. Do you understand? There will be somebody that will be a rallying point. That's leadership position. They've identified him that this guy has a superior quality, argument level, not because he's better than them, but they just suddenly align. In leadership, there must be feedback. How do you communicate back on the performance of your people? Say to say, come around, let's have a talk. You didn't do well the last time. Communication comes in again. There's a way you can tell somebody is not doing well. You don't necessarily have to threaten him. Just like the banks do. The banking, the feedback in banks are terrible. They just give you a memo. You have not met your target. You know what to do. Thank you. What is that? The person knows that if he doesn't meet his target for the fourth quarter consecutively, he should resign. You don't need, do you understand? The threat is too much. People live under fear. Target in the industry is about giving a man a figure that he can never meet. That's the definition of target. Communicating across culture. There are so many people that are in organizations that don't have entrepreneurial spirit, and then culture becomes a problem. How do you relate with somebody who is coming from we can do it culture to a culture where people are just lame duck? Culture is a very strong thing in management, you know, and culture means across the line you have to continue to relate with people or develop the kind of skill that can make you align with different ways of doing things, different way of seeing things. Look at the culture in most banks. In First Bank, nobody is pursuing anybody for a target that is impossible. You see the culture now. They are more reserved, they are able to act straight, they keep more staff for a very long time in marketing because there are no crazy targets. But you can't try that in another bank. It's firing and hiring. Marketers don't last 3 or 4 months. Fear. They replace them with another. That's another culture. This bank will have been a reference point now. Had it been, it didn't have problem. PHB. Atuche was doing a very, very good job. They had a different culture. The fire brigade culture that we had an appointment with Atuche, me and one of my senior colleagues. We were about 10 minutes late. And when we got there, he was about 15 minutes late. He had not gotten to his office. So he came through the back door and we got and said we are sorry that we came late. He said he himself came late. that we should have our seat. You know, some other banks, they will still be doing like they are God. Oh shit, I give you a planning for it, and you're not here by head, forget it. You may not be there every time at that time. But what is important is that what is the aggregate of your attitude, the culture? Are you always prompt? It's just like a staff that comes every time by 8. He has the opportunity to come late once in a while, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So once they now come late, that is what you want to take up. There must be a very, very poor leader. That becomes inconsequential. Once the aggregate of his presence shows that he is prompt. I mean, you can never be in the office 8 o'clock 365 days in a year, can you? It's impossible. It's impossible. One-off lateness is totally acceptable. One-off. And sometimes when you see an entrepreneur, it's often with very good reasons that are clear. Nobody owns a business and let it go, and he wants to come late and allow anything to happen. I get to my work ideally before every staff. To give my example, I sign, you know. I say, Oga, you sign again. I am doing it for a purpose. You can see when Oga came. So what's your own story? You leave behind the office, you take a walk to the office. You get to the work by 10, 11. I stay far off at Magodo. I get to this work by 8. And you think I will continue working with you? That is total disrespect and disregard for the job that you do. You fire that type of staff. That's an example of you don't think twice. Somebody who lives behind the office, take a walk, all he needs to do is take a walk and comes to the office by 10. That's not a committed staff. That's not a loyal staff. He has to go. Do you know why? It is not just about him. It's the lifelong impression you'll be putting into other, especially when it's your lieutenant. It's supposed, when you live there, it's supposed to take over. And I normally tell people, if they want to know you, they should just take your followers. You are a reflection of what your followers are. It's as simple as that. Setting goals for others. When you are communicating with people as an entrepreneur, you are able to make people understand what you expect them to achieve. They are not to be left to assume what they ought to achieve. You can communicate, this is what I expect from you. This is what I expect from you. You have shared expectation from your global goals. In terms of cash, this year, our goal is to make 100 million. And I have 100 member team. I split it across the line. Say, clearly speaking, this is my expectation from you, 1 million. I mean, he understands. In terms of financial goal, goals can be split into so many facets. Whatever it is, everybody must understand his own share, what he's going to contribute to the global team. Coaching, counseling, and mentoring. You know, there's a difference between coaching and training. I mean, when the football manager pack people into the class and begin to draw graph of football, he is training, he is teaching. When they get on the field and put the ball down and say, play it like I drew, let me see, he's begin to what? To coach. When he now play it and make him say, bring it back, not like that. Correction on the job looks more at coaching. I get the point now. Correction on the job. As the activity goes on in situ, now looks more at coaching. It, of course, it goes in tandem with training, but there's difference. Just like you have slight differences between enterprise and enterprise. Interpersonal skills goes further. Empowering people through what? Delegation. An entrepreneur is a business owner. Once he has the mentality of ownership, he cascades it down. He delegates it. I get the point now. He's not the one who does everything. He's in charge. He gets the job done. He cascades it down. Politicking. You know, when sometimes when you have problem with your boss, you know, genuine people, you know what they advise you. They say, manage your boss. You cannot be fighting somebody who will recommend you. You must understand some level of organizational politicking. One, understand what your boss like. Understand what he doesn't like. And then ultimately what you do in politicking is that you must understand what is called ego massaging. You must understand how to massage your boss' ego. You know everybody has one. Ego massage. Once you fail to do that, no matter how brilliant you are, you may not go far. So an entrepreneur must understand how to massage his boss' ego. And it's very simple. Appreciate him. Say nice things about him. Don't ever say anything negative behind him. Don't ever. When people come to you to raise discussion about your boss, now your own comments make them know here. Let them, you are not always saying anything. You say, it's okay. Don't worry. Applying leadership style, managing change, which can be the most difficult. Entrepreneurs are good at managing change. When a new thing comes, people what? They resist. I mean, they resist. This is the way we have been doing it before. Now you want to change it. They are threatened that they will lose their job, that a new superstar will come. They will become irrelevant. Entrepreneurs don't bother. Remember, they do that thing for a purpose. Foremost for themselves. It's self-development. And so why should you be threatened when you are building yourself? Because you already have a mentality shift. Facilitating teamwork, valuing diversity, whichever place the people come from, they will fit in with entrepreneurs. And that is what employers want. Ethical decision making, creative problem solving, resolving conflict, persuading, negotiating. Persuasion is so key. How do you persuade your people to understand as an entrepreneur that look, management has stopped to pay profit sharing? You know what typical employee will do? Their productivity will reduce. A typical employee. Or people with enterprise content want to look at it that they are already aware that productivity sharing can fall because profit was low this year. Remember, they think like owners. They are able to carry the annual report and interpret it. Employee don't understand what the annual report is saying. Because if this session was a 1 week full training on what we call complete comprehensive interpersonal training, we are going to teach you a little bit element of financial management. And you can take the financial report of any company and interpret it and advise the company. You know, it's different from accounting. You know. I'm not an accountant, but financial, I can take the annual report of the company and interpret it. I just look for 6 elements in it. And I'll be able to interpret whether the company is doing well, is doing badly, what they need to do. And okay, negotiating. We will negotiate with our staff from time to time, especially in leadership position. Management wants to carry out a new thing. Who do they go through? The managers, the leader. Especially in manufacturing, it's very common. You know why? Because manufacturing environment is heavily unionized most times. So you can't just throw an idea to staff. They will disrupt the faction. But usually you don't have a choice in places like banking. If you shout, they will sack you. It's a matter of company policy. If you like it, if you don't like it,